Malaysia City volunteers distribute aid supplies to unemployed refugees. In Taiwan, city volunteers hold an online study group with the master. Welcome to Dai Headlines. I'm Siri Su. Thank you for joining us. In Malaysia, the pandemic is still serious. The government has extended the movement control order, impacting the local economy. As a result, Burmese refugees have been heavily affected. City volunteers in Klang received requests to help unemployed refugees, so they carry out aid distribution to help refugee families in their tough times. Vegetables, dry foods, and other supplies are packed into bags by volunteers. These packages of love will be sent to refugees in need at Klang.
If we work, we will get penalized. I don't have money to pay for the penalties, therefore I have to borrow money from my friends. We will pick the vegetables in the trash can, wash it, and eat it. I have 3 children, and I don't have money to buy baby formula. I can only feed them with brewed beverages.
As the pandemic is still ongoing in Malaysia, the MCO was extended, affecting the local economy. Amongst the affected people, Burmese refugees suffer from unemployment. Without a job, they have no income, thus the relief distribution has helped them get through the tough times.
Ada makanan, ada anamnya, susu, kita boleh makan. Ini ada beras, ada itu bawang.
We receive baby formula, rice, onions, eggs, cooking oil, potatoes, bread, cookies, and sugar. I'm thankful for the supplies you've provided.
Kita dapat bantuan, dapat susu untuk anak-anak. Saya punya anak masih kecil lagi.
We receive baby formula. Since my child is 1 year old, he needs this. I don't have a job, therefore I couldn't afford to buy baby formula. Thank you for your help.
As the refugees receive supplies, they no longer feel helpless. Under the fierce pandemic, they help volunteers by warmth to people in need. Also in Malaysia, the number of confirmed COVID cases is still high. To cheer for medical workers, Tzu Chi's Fund Tzu Chi Kuala Lumpur and Selangor chapter organized an activity called See Love. They invited everyone to draw cards to spread their love and warmth to the frontline medical workers.
Meeting in the crowds, this cheating was learning how to make cards with 4-leaf clover.
The 4-leaf clover is a symbol of luck. This is to give to medical workers.
Because the frontline personnel work too hard, so I want to participate in this event.
The activity is called See Love. Its aim is to cheer for the medical workers and is initiated by the Tzu Chis.
We have been staying at home for a long time and we are not allowed to go out to contribute. So we thought of this activity to teach pastel painting online so that we can draw blessing cards with our love directly and send them to the frontline personnel. This is just a starter. I hope there are more young people or people in society to do this. Something everyone can do. Gathering every little love to form a big ripple of kindness.
The cause that consists of sincere love from many with the medical workers.
I want to say thank you to them. They are very kind and value our efforts.
Full of blessings is the warmest support to medical workers on pandemic prevention.
In Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, city volunteer Ta Lian received a positive COVID diagnosis in May. She originally entered a quarantine center, but very soon she started having breathing problems and was transferred to the hospital. During that time, Ta was very worried and didn't know if she was going to be able to leave the hospital. Thankfully, she had the mental support of her Dharma family.
I was scared that I wouldn't be able to leave the hospital this time. I didn't know if I would come home.
Tai Lian has 3 hypers and was COVID positive in May. She was only at the quarantine center for a day when she began having problems breathing and then sent to the hospital for treatment.
我就在那边
I stayed there for 5 days, 5 to 6 days. Each day, the doctor would come in to measure my blood pressure, give me injections, and take my blood sample. It was the same routine each day.
还有抽血，每一天都做这个动作。
Tai is also a Tzu Chi volunteer, and during her treatment, all those Dharma families who knew her sent prayers her way.
他们每天
They prayed for me each day and sent me their blessed wishes, cheering me on.
我要加油。
She's really like our real mother. When we heard that she was in the hospital, we were all very worried.
我们全部人都很担心。
After experiencing this near-death medical situation, Tai has a new outlook on life after recovery.
我就是体会到上人所说的。
I felt what the master says, life's hands by a breath. I really felt it in that moment when I couldn't breathe. If I just left, then that would be scary. So we need to treasure life and live it to the fullest.
所以我们要珍惜生命，好好发挥。
Life is seemingly fragile when health is on the line. Besides being prepared with safety measures during the pandemic, checking in on friends and family may be the best way to help someone during recovery.
Tzu Chi Singapore established the Kidney Friends Association, hoping to deepen bonds between patients. Beginning in July, the group launched a 45-minute Super Sunday online program. The content includes health, art, cooking, mindfulness, and other topics. The first event attracted some 40 dialysis patients online.
After the pandemic, I seldom go outside. I stay inside the house.
After the pandemic, staying at home has become part of a daily routine for Masna, who suffers from kidney disease. This Sunday afternoon, accompanied by interviewer, Masna was participating in a new online live program, Super Sunday, run by the Singapore Tzu Chi Kidney Friends Association.
我们是以在
Staying at home is the theme of the whole show. For example, we have health, art, cooking lessons. There is also a theme like mindfulness. I hope to have such diversified themes that can allow everyone to live a more fulfilling life at home.
还有更多姿多彩。
Moving the whole body for 45 minutes, one can follow the physical therapist and traditional Chinese medicine practitioner to do simple exercises, which makes Masna very happy.
It's very good, serious. So I hope that all this dialysis patients go and involve yourself in this program. When you see the program, you're more confident about yourself. If not, you're so worried how to do this, how to do that.
She's very happy. You see how happy she is today. She even went down and walked around downstairs. It's good if you add this exercise. It's slow and not very fast. It's more suitable and good for her.
After kidney dialysis begins, those with kidney ailments face many challenges in life. It is hoped that this bi-weekly online program can bring positive energy and encouragement to help them face life more positively.
In New Taipei City, a 50-year-old COVID-confirmed patient and his family members were hospitalized. Although the patient only had light symptoms such as cough and asthma, he was moved in the ICU in Taipei City Hospital after being detected with low oxygen saturation. Under the care of medical workers, the patient finally walked out from depression. Mr. Wang was hospitalized due to virus attacks on his bronchial cells. Since the process is slow, also known as happy hypoxia, he was unable to accept such devastating results since he only had symptoms such as light coughs and asthma when he first moved to the ICU.
I was a bit scared and sad. I didn't know why things happened suddenly. I thought I was fine. I never thought of how fast things could get worse.
While Mr. Wang was hospitalized, some of his family members passed away, striking him emotionally as he ate less. Upon noticing his situation, medical workers talked with him, understanding his needs in eating.
His nutrition intakes are not enough. We must give him nutritious food to help with his psycho-threshold recovery. We talked to him and asked him if he needs to eat supplement. He also gave a lot of encouragement to our medical team.
Please tell the nurses thank you. Everyone was great. The doctors too. Thank you so much.
As Mr. Wang felt the care from medical workers, he walked off on depression while eagerly participating in the rehabilitation process. After another PCR test, he was allowed to go out of quarantine. In Taiwan during the pandemic, most Tzu Chi activities were suspended, but online study group will continue. Tzu Chi volunteers share with the master their Dharma joy and personal mood changes in the practice of the Lotus Sutra.
Because of the pandemic, the volunteers have been learning Dharma at home starting since May.
During the pandemic, Tzu Chi brothers and sisters can learn Dharma and calm their minds. The online study group allowed them to care each other. It also recruits more Bodhisattvas to join in. It's really good.
Hu Bian raised 4 children by herself. 3 of her sons were missing, suffering from cancer and disabled. The youngest son passed away in a car accident. All kinds of tragedies made her often burst into tears, but later she found the strength from the online study group.
I often listen to Master's story, so I can share it with everyone. Everyone said that I didn't study, but I was wise and would tell Master's story. I said that this is what Master taught me. Thank you, Master, for giving me this path today. I'm so happy.
Another volunteer, Zhang Li Yingxiang, suffered from stroke for more than 3 years. She once wanted to take red poison to end her life. After attending online study group, she gradually became more cheerful.
Sister Yingxiang is now online every week to listen to everyone's sharing. And after learning the Master's Dharma teachings, she feels much happier. She said that she has increased her wisdom.
Participating in study group makes one absorb positive energy, settle the body and mind, even increase wisdom, walking the Bodhisattva path smoothly.
Tzu Chi's recycling stations are the favorite places for recycling volunteers. Although during the Level 3 alert, the recycling stations must pause operations, some volunteers silently took care of the place. A recycling volunteer in Tuchen, Liu Xiuqing, never takes breaks from recycling, even during Chinese New Year. During the pandemic, she visits the recycling station every day to disinfect the surroundings. After the recycling station reopened, she drove a truck around to collect recyclables.
Fluently controlling the steering wheel, back into the recycling station, driving the truck is recycling volunteer Liu Xiuqing.
In the past, I did furniture selling. I'll follow my husband to Nanchang Street. I was about 20 years old when I learned how to drive a truck. If we drove to the south, I would take shifts with my husband.
Tuzhen Recycling Station was once a furniture factory owned by Liu Xiuqing and her husband. Liu Xiuqing reports it daily, never taking breaks even during Chinese New Year. After a Level 3 alert, she still patrols and disinfects the place on a daily basis.
During the pandemic, we must cooperate with the government. If they tell us to stop recycling, we must stop. Therefore, there were less than 5 people here. Some seniors asked me, when can I do recycling at the recycling station? I'll tell them that we must cooperate with the government, stay at home and take care of your health first.
After washing the gloves and drying it outside for 2 months, the owner finally returned to claim it.
I came into Tzu Chi through recycling, so it is safe to say I love recycling. Actually, everyone on earth is responsible for the environment, not just between me and you. We must do recycling.
Wei Hongchou, a recycling companion of Liu Xiuqing, also treats the recycling station as a home. After a level 3 alert downgraded, the two can finally meet again.
I never thought the level 3 alert would be this long. I felt sad. Why is it like this? Every day people would throw trash into garbage trucks, making piles of garbage everywhere. So I was quite worried. I thought to myself, when can we go out of the level 3 alert? We must go back to deal with the garbage.
At nearly 70 years old, Wei Hongchou's stamina and patience is still great. For many years, she suffered from rheumatoid arthritis, hip joint pain, and thymic cyst, undergoing multiple surgeries.
I feel okay. My son told me to not go to the recycling station. I told him I'm only at the recycling station. The things there left at its place for a few days. Don't worry. I will take care of myself. I have to let my son feel rest assured, so he will support me.
Focusing on a moment, everyone in the recycling station worked hard every day, using their own hands to protect the environment, creating the cycle of kindness.
双手一念起，环保同心又同志，感恩所有好厝边，以及师兄甲师姊，有缘做伙真投机啊，付出无求真欢喜。啊，疼惜大地需要你，啊，环保工作无绝期啊，无绝期。
我来看你了，看你了。
哎，好来，好。
In Taiwan, during the level 3 alert, city recycling stations limited the number of volunteers. In Pingtung, some volunteers were eager to do this work. Volunteers will appear early to fight for the limited number of places. After the pandemic prevention was loosened, the gate at the Pingtung Recycling and Education Station was fully open. Despite the rain, many volunteers were eager to do recycling.
After being downgraded to a level 2 pandemic alert, this was the first time for volunteers to drive the recycling truck again.
It's been a long time. It's hard to do it in the rain.
After 2 months, some recyclables have been stored for a long time. Some are soaking water and some bags are broken.
No matter how difficult it is, volunteers continue to be enthusiastic as they are finally able to return to their posts after more than 2 months of level 3 alert.
During the pandemic, some recycling border sufferers could not stand staying at home. They asked me, Sister Mei Yu, when can I do recycling? It is so boring at home.
In late July, when the restrictions were slightly lifted, only 9 volunteers were allowed to work in Pingtung Recycling Station each day. Yet many volunteers wanted to come.
During the 9-person restriction, I would hurry up to get here. I wanted to grasp the opportunity to do recycling.
The opportunity to do recycling is not only in the recycling station. Volunteers go to the market every 2 days to collect guava bags.
He is very clean. The bags are all separated from the trash.
For more than 2 years, this stall owner would collect guava bags without mixing them with garbage, and it also comes with a smile, which is his respect shown to the volunteers.
Whether it's raining or not, she's here. Their spirit is very admirable and it moved me.
The stall owner carefully sorted recyclables for volunteers to collect. Their inspiration of protecting the earth will not be hindered by the pandemic.
A family of 4 in Yunlin live in a converted pigsty. Recently, they have gotten their dream house as a group of volunteers from Taiwan Hope came to build a new house for them. The project had been suspended for 2 months because of the pandemic, but the volunteers are now working quickly to realize the dream.
The heavy rain did not stop 100 volunteers from all over Taiwan to come out in rain gear.
Many of the steel frame will be finished now, and then later a floor caulk and the cement floor will be finished. The roof exterior will also be installed.
Our mission must be accomplished. We will never stop in this kind of rain, only if it is a typhoon day.
The muddy ground increases the difficulty of construction, but it doesn't matter as many volunteers simply hope to achieve the dream of the 3-year-old girl surnamed Zhen. She had lived along with her grandmother and parents in a wooden home converted from a pigsty in Sihu Township, Yunlin, which was on the verge of collapsing.
This is the house the kid wants, her new home.
The simple lines on the paper take on the appearance of a new house. The Taiwan Hope volunteer group started in early May to build a new house for them in the open space next to their old home. However, due to the pandemic, work was delayed for more than 2 months.
I was surprised when they came this morning. They worked very hard too. They came to help us build a house on a rainy day.
Love continues despite the rain, and the volunteer group sees the opportunity to complete this work as soon as possible. It's expected that on August 8th, Taiwan's Father's Day, the Deng family will be able to live in a new house.
COVID-19 has many people staying at home, picking up new hobbies. One such hobby is gardening, which helps to relax. In Indonesia, there has been a sudden boom of such hobby. Therefore, new gardening classes have popped up.
The pandemic has impacted people in many ways, including finding new hobbies to pursue during their stay-at-home order. Knowing people are gaining interest in gardening or horticulture, Rudy opened up a garden supply store. This specialty store, which is 2,500 square meters, mainly sells durian fruit seedlings and other fruit seedlings such as guava, longan, and mango. Rudy makes his products stand out from others by working with Teapot City's Mural Art Society to create colorful pots from recycled metal barrels.
People have always just admired the plants in the pots, so we want to make our products stand out. And we thought of working with an art studio to make our pots stand out from others.
To get more people interested in gardening, Rudy has even set up classes teaching the ins and outs of caring for a fruit tree from blossom to fruit.
Here we teach the students how to plant trees, draw on the pots, and grafting. They not only learn about horticulture techniques, but also agriculture, which can be useful for them in many ways later on.
Rudy hopes the ease of his gardening classes can inspire more people to start gardening at home, and thus adding more greenery to the local environment.
In Taiwan, Zhushan Shouchuan Hospital is trying to save an injured leopard cat. Since the leopard cat's wound had faster, the hospital has applied CT scan on the leopard cat. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.